Hello, everybody. Time for a surprise live stream that no one's here for, but hey, it'll be here for posterity later. um,
Just doing it the easy way.
yeah, just doing it the easy way. So, me and Friedman were like, hey, we should do a Command Me update for Modern Horizons because, hey, this set has a lot of powerful magic cards in it. That's crazy. And we should
We should talk about these magic
we
cards that
should
are
talk
crazy.
about these crazy magic cards and also talk about how our commander decks are going to be updated because that's probably going to happen. So I guess we'll just take it from the top of Mythic Spoiler as we always do. Look at
Might
all
as
these
well.
amazingly good cards. Seriously, every card on this top row is like crazy good. Not in Modern necessarily, but they're
In
really good.
Commander, yeah. The thing, all right. So the thing I'm going to preface this entire review with is a lot of these cards are fixed. I want to say modern fixed versions of legacy playable cards,
Yep.
which doesn't mean shit in Commander because all those legacy playable cards are also playable in Commander.
Also play with Corona.
So not all of these are going to make that big of a splash. Like some will
Nope.
make a splash in Modern, but you're never going to see these in Commander.
I think of some of these are going to see play in Commander or
A lot are
modern,
going to see
modern,
playing Commander.
modern, modern, modern. It's dumb. Hey,
It's
Hectic
yeah.
Angel, first person. Wow, showed up real quick.
I'm dying to see a new deck be born out of just Modern Horizons, especially some kind of like
So
green red land deck.
so I think out of this top row, Urza is by far the most modern playable card. Actually, no, Seasoned
Um,
Pyromancer. I forgot. Seasoned Pyromancer, then
yeah,
Urza, then Sarah, then Yawgmoth, then Hex Drinker.
I didn't think Pyromancer was that good when it was first spoiled, but I realize now it's probably just because 3 mana, not four, makes it infinitely more playable.
Yeah, I mean, it's also a lot of text for a three drop, which is
Yeah,
what modern needs. I don't know. Urza just seems so much more powerful. I mean, in Commander, Urza's 10,000 times more powerful. Urza's so good in Commander. Holy shit.
I remember I was reading through discussion. Someone's like, "Why would you play Urza in Modern?" Like, oh, it makes the Thopter Sword combo go infinite. I'm sitting here like, if you already have the Thopter Sword combo, it's not like you're losing the game right there.
That's such a hard point to hit. Like, why are you worrying about what happens when you hit that
Are you
combo?
trying to win more now?
Yawgmoth isn't as good, but he's so cool. He's
If humans
so
gets
cool.
too big, he can be a decent sideboard card. The thing is, I feel like
No, 4 mana? No way.
he doesn't slot into a strategy. The fact is that second ability to discard a card proliferate, you need to be in a deck
That's
um
valuable.
like you got counters going on. Like yeah, it plays well with his ETB effect. Or no, it's a pay one life. Ah, forget it.
Honestly,
He plays well with himself.
I think he fits perfectly in a token deck. Like,
Yeah,
could you? Oh my god! You know what he
and the
goes
token
into?
deck.
Hepatra. She's like put one counter stuff. Make a snake.
Oh yeah, I think they're are they infinite with that? Is she?
As long as there's creatures on board for you to target, I believe is
Yeah, yeah.
infinite. Which is, I mean, that's really bad because they. I mean, it's really good. That's every Hepatra deck is like, holy shit, Yawgmoth is so good.
Yeah.
Hex Drinker is gonna go in your Azuri deck and nowhere else.
Yeah, so I'm still so hesitant on Hex Drinker.
But
I
why?
realize that Scoot Mob is a bad card. For the record, I play the blue green Azuri deck that just cares about 1/1 counters. But a
Hell
lot of
yeah.
times my commander will get locked out of the game, and I need a way to get 1/1 counters. So I loved Scoot Mob because after your fifth land, it's just he gets free 1/1 counters.
Yarp.
Whereas with Hex Drinker, he's a good target to put them on because after you've sunk in your ninth mana, he now has protection from everything,
And he's
which
a
is your
six
evasion.
six, but he also comes down
Yeah,
as a 2/1.
I mean, the body doesn't matter so much just because I'm dumping 1/1 counters on it. It's more
Yeah.
of just houses evasion. Protection from everything is a really strong keyword.
Protection from everything is really good, isn't it? Hasn't it only been on
Progenitus.
does Emrakul have protection from everything or just protection
No, protection
from
from
colored?
instants.
Oh,
Or no, sorry. Yeah, no. Original one has protection from colors.
colored stuff. And then Sarah is gonna go in my buddy's flying deck. He has a flying commander deck. I think I told you about. It's a Jess guy. It's Kraum and Ishai, and it's all flying stuff. Um, and he's probably gonna put Sarah the Benevolent in that deck because man, that would be great in that deck. But Sarah is just not quite good enough for modern. I don't think.
I was
Although an
debating on having it
emblem,
as a one of in tokens, but it only supports like if you're doing the Bitter Blossom build where all of your tokens have flying.
yeah.
Her +2 is great and it can compete essentially with Soren. Like Soren gives you +1/0 and lifelink on yours. This one's pretty decent. Plus, if you have an empty board, getting a 4/4 flying angel for 4 is not that bad of a rate.
Nope. That's pretty on rate. Plus, the worship emblem is honestly not bad.
Yeah, it
Like,
helps with the
worship
grind
is sideboard playable in modern.
Yeah.
Um,
I think I might include her as a one of, but I'm really not sure. She's not gonna make a splash anywhere else.
yeah, no, that's for. I mean, commander a little bit, and then modern. Yeah, that sounds like a lot of these cards.
Yeah, unless you're in a dedicated flying deck, her +1 can kind of just be nothing
Useless,
a
yeah.
lot of the time.
+2.
Oh, sorry.
Second row, Ranger Captain competes with Ranger of Eos. Wahoo!
What does Ranger of Eos currently retrieve?
2 cards.
Is it 2
It's
cards
Soul
at one
Sisters.
CMC?
Yeah. Yeah, it's 2 cards versus 1, but this can sack to make people not cast spells.
And this one
And
also
it
has a
costs
bigger
1
butt.
less. And it's a bigger butt.
See, I love mono white as any kind of deck archetype, but the problem is with white, 3 mana is the sweet spot where all the cool shit is.
Yeah, and
Like
so you're
I'm
competing.
always fighting for 3-drop spots.
Yeah.
But this one's honestly not bad. Like, so hypothetical scenario: Ranger of Eos is a 4 mana card. This is 3 mana. On the same turn that you play Ranger of Eos and not be able to play one of your 1 mana things, this one you can play the Ranger Captain, and play whatever you retrieve.
And play the thing, yeah.
Yeah, so it's not terrible to evaluate as a
I think
4-drop
people
across
who
2
play
bodies.
that Soul Sisters deck are gonna bounce around and try to figure out what to do.
I mean, in Commander, this is 100% your go retrieve Mother of Runes card.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Echo of Eons, man, I gotta maybe find space and Kess for this too.
Man, I really got to find a playmat with this artwork though. Holy shit!
Dude, if Therese sold playmats of this, I would probably buy one actually.
I didn't realize it was her. No wonder it's beautiful.
Yeah, no, it's
And
actually, let's try to find. I'm gonna slide a tab over to my other monitor. Therese Nielsen playmats. Keep going. It's a beautiful card. That's for goddamn sure.
oh yeah, no, it's super duper playable. I'm trying to think if there's any decks I'm gonna put in it because I run so few like spells matter decks. Like Mizzix is the only one I have, and that one cares more about just drawing a shit ton of cards rather than wheeling. But yeah, I can see this as an auto include in Kess. Especially because even if you dump it into your yard for some reason, the flashback is amazing.
I just don't want to keep fucking trying to find space and.
I'm telling you, man, you just need to make 2 separate Kess decks that way you
So
can play all your
full.
It's got to be like, so for any kind of major sports team, there's the major league version, then you have like a minor league team where you just try people out. You need minor league Kess where you're just trying out different tech to see if it works.
I need like minor leagues and major leagues.
For real.
Versions of Kess. Goddamn. Cabal Therapist is definitely going to see modern play, even though it's such an old card. It was the first spoiled card, but I think it has to see modern play.
So people are going to try it. The problem is, how do I put this? So turn 1, you play this, and people like it over Cabal Therapy because you can get repeated value. But the problem is, if you when turn 2 starts, you have to sack him to get the effect. You can't like wait to play a creature, sack him, unless you want to wait until turn 3 for this to do anything. And that's a little too slow for modern.
Mm-hmm.
So in actuality, it's really just a Cabal Therapy turn 2.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't really get any more value out of it. And then with Commander, obviously, naming a single card is very rarely going to get you much. Especially because there's no duplicates. You can't name something common, like I can't name Bolt and get like half the cards in their hand out. Like that doesn't happen in Commander.
No, I know. Not Commander, no. But I'm. It's cool to see. This is another one of those side grade cards from Cabal Therapy into modern. It's just so cool.
I want to see make a splash. I feel like it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, no, I know. Sadly, no word on Therese making playmats for Echo. As far as I can tell, but I only spent 2 minutes.
That sucks. All right.
Aria of Flame, man, this card is like so close to being playable, and then it's not.
I forgot because this got spoiled, and I think it was a foreign language, so I couldn't read it, but I remember the original nickname for this card was A Song of Just Fire.
Right.
So
I
can't unthink of it as that stupid nickname.
Oh my god, it's so dumb. But it's such a cool
this-
card. If only it didn't say 10. 10 is too much. But
If it didn't say each, it would be even better.
oh yeah, then it'd be commander playable. So the thing about this, though, I realized reading it again, it's basically a storm card that remembers storm count forever.
Pretty
Which,
much. Yeah.
when you think of it that way, the 10 life actually makes a lot more sense.
yeah,
'cause,
against
like-
your opponent after the fourth spell, it's evened out.
Against one opponent, yes.
Yes, against a single opponent.
In commander, you need to cast about 12.
Hold on, let's crack open the calculator.
Okay, you got to beat 30 life. 1, 3, 6, 10, 15, 21.
So after your eighth spell in a 4-player game, you will have dealt more damage
Then this healed.
than you have given out.
That's honestly not crazy.
No, especially I'm like debating, like, does this work in Mizzix? Because on like the Mizzix turns, you cast like 6 or 7 spells
Dude,
in one go.
I'm honestly thinking more about like if this could go in Kesme. Like,
no, I feel like you're.
but
you're
she
not
has so
casting more
much
than a
little
couple spells each
value.
turn.
Yeah, but that we just said 8. 8's not that unreasonable in like 3 turns.
It's not.
And you can also shoot this at planeswalkers. Like, I control creatures with all of Kess's removal. I can also shoot planeswalkers with this.
How much?
Like, maybe I
life
cut
does
1,000 Year
Torment of
Storm for
Hellfire
this.
take?
What?
I'm looking at your usual win con. So it's
Torment.
3 life, so then Torment only needs to be 4x more to win. All right, whatever. No, it's fine. It's probably a decent pick for Cass. But you could also probably do without it, because it feels kind of like
Win more.
extra.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's also unnecessary. Like, if it shot
Very, yes.
creatures, I feel like it'd be fine. Creatures, then I'd run it. But the fact that this doesn't target anything but planeswalkers, so it basically is just shooting people. I'm not usually like Gutter Snipe is the same mana cost as this. It actually takes this card a lot longer to get to as good as Gutter Snipe.
The problem is once you hit your 9th, after spells 9 and 10, it equals out with Gutter Snipe at 9 and 10, I think, over about how much damage it will have dealt to.
That's such a long time.
Well, hold up. Does Gutter Snipe deal to target or each opponent?
Each.
Yeah, Gutter Snipe's way better.
Yeah. That was fast.
Yeah, I forgot about the each versus target on the second part of it.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, that's why Gutter Snipe is so good. God, if this said if each opponent or planeswalker took number of burst counters, then it'd be amazing.
That's how you know this isn't a commander card. It gives
No.
everyone life, and then it only deals
But they
to target.
definitely kept it in mind because hey,
They balance
otherwise,
it, yeah.
Unbound Flourishing. I've been brewing up a pretty spicy thing in my head for a few days now. An enchantment.
What are you thinking?
I've been kind of brewing a Tuvasa low CMC enchantment Hydra deck because of this card. I think it'd be
Wait, what the
really
fuck?
spicy. I think it'd be really spicy.
You're playing Bant Hydras with the Merfolk commander?
Yes.
That sounds spicy.
So this card is the thing is I would probably strip a few things or need to rebuy a few cards to do it because I wouldn't be taking apart my Samut deck, but I could run of like Mirari's Wake and this and like another doubler, privileged position, and then all the super cheap enchantments. And then just ramp those out, run a few Enchantress cards to help me draw cards, and then win with Hydra pummels. Just play like Lifeblood Hydra and all that shit.
Yeah.
It sounds really spicy in my head. I don't know if I'll ever actually have time or even desire to design it completely, but it just feels really goofy and cool to me. A slightly different take.
A little janky.
Yeah. But
You
this
definitely
card
have
is
to be creative
busted.
with it, because like EDH Trek is not going to help you with that archetype.
No, I know. But this is just spicy. I mean, it's a mana doubler for certain types of things, but it's only 3 mana, and mana doubler is usually 5 or more mana.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy good.
Yeah, it can get real good.
Oh, plus I could also run Omniscience in that enchantment deck.
Oh my god.
Force
See, I'm,
cycle.
I'm sitting here in Standalone. All I'm thinking is, oh man, double Hydroid Krasis. That sounds beautiful.
I could also run Hydroid Krasis in that deck. Because it would be Bant colors.
Yeah, it works
Bant
fine.
Hydra. Oh my god. Maybe. See, the problem. You know what I'd really want, though? I'd want everything but black. Which is the boys. But
The
I
big
don't
butt
want to.
boys.
I don't want to run them as the commander. I want to
So you have
run
to come with
an
some weird,
enchantment commander.
Is there
'Cause-
any kind of like partner combo that works for that?
Oh man, what? Now I gotta go to EDH Rec. See, but they
Yeah,
don't
I'm looking at
support
it right now.
enchantments.
Shredder.
But the other thing is the other part of it that sucks is enchantment. What was I gonna say? The enchantment cycle. Or the Hydra cycle. There are red Hydras that are so cool. All right, who would work?
None of these would work.
Oh my god, no. Maybe Thrasios, just because you're making tons of mana. So who goes with Thrasios? Bruce
The two red
Tarl.
white sleep.
Maybe you could do like. Maybe you could do like Bruce Tarl Thrasios of that. That's kind of not totally horrible.
If you have some like Hydras with trample, then Bruce isn't that bad of a cast because he's basically
Exactly.
at that point. At that
And if
point, you're
you're-
just playing him for the combat trick just to get in big damage.
And also, if you're getting big mana off enchantments, Thrasios likes to eat that mana and turn it into cards.
Yeah, it's not a terrible combo, but it's like
It's jank as
it
fuck.
It doesn't jump out at you as like, yes, this is the head of my deck.
See, but at the same time, that's kind of... I wouldn't mind a deck that I don't drop the commander and everyone knows what it's doing immediately.
So it's more like
Everyone-
these guys know, and they're like, I have no clue what your deck is.
Isn't it kind of fun to have that deck that you just drop on the table and everyone's like, oh, it's doing what? And then you just... Like Bruce Tarl and Thrasios, what do you think it's doing? You don't know what it's doing.
Yeah, you have absolutely no clue from these two because they could not be more different.
Yeah,
creatures.
so it's kind of like a spicy idea to actually think about.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what I do. I don't actually hate that idea now. Because then I could run all the sick red Hydras. And I could run like Mana Flare. No, but I can't give other people double mana. That's cheating. I don't want them to have double mana. That's my job.
That's no good.
That's no good. Anyway, Force Cycle.
The forces. Oh man, these are
One of these is really good. Two of these are pretty good. One of them is okay, and one of them is unplayable.
So let's start from the left because I love talking about Dax. So I might include Force of Virtue into Daxos.
It is free.
Just because it's an enchantment that goes 1/1, it's fine. It's flash. You can play it, on your opponent's turn if you need a trick. There are a lot of cards in Daxos that I would call useless cards, so I'm fine pitching them. So Force of Virtue is not terrible for that. For
No.
most other decks, though, if you need that effect, I'm not going to pay the extra mana to have it on Force of Virtue. I'm just going to play Glorious Anthem.
Or you pay one more mana and get Dictate of Heliod,
Dictate of Heliod, which
doesn't
is
have the
even
alternate,
better.
but it's +2/+2.
It keeps the flash. It's bigger. Yeah, Force of Virtue is in a weird spot. Like no one is playing this in Modern. No one is like in an emergency rush. Be like, oh fuck, I need 1/1 now.
Better get this
What do I do?"
1/1.
Like anyone who's already going down this route is already playing like Honor of the Pure
Yep.
is in like a very white deck. Like
Yep.
no one who wanted this needed this.
Nope. Or everyone who wanted this still has better things than this.
Yeah, this is not an upgrade over anything existing.
Force of Negation is it's going to warp Modern around it potentially, or it's just going to do nothing.
It's going to do nothing because everyone's already running Teferi, so no one can cast instants anyway.
Oh my god.
Control's going to be really weird after Modern Horizons comes out. Would you play this in Commander though?
I've thought about it for Kess. I don't know. Just having that... Because lately I've been like, man, tapping out in Kess is like a big sign. Maybe I need to start running like Force of Will and shit.
It might be good.
But then I have to redesign Kess again.
The thing I don't like about Force of Negation is that Modern is a very creature-heavy format. So having
Modern's got enough creatures
kinda
that this
sucks.
doesn't help.
Like it's
Like, what does this do against Death Shadow? Nothing? Stop a
don't know,
Thoughtseize? I don't know.
I don't know, they already got the -2 life, so they're already gold.
Yeah, like they don't give a shit. Force of
Yeah,
Despair is pretty meh.
The only time I would consider running this
Oh, this is for Hallowed One.
is in Commander, if you play against a very token heavy meta.
Yeah, you need a meta. You can't have one deck that you're targeting with this.
Yeah. And then also
It is a
like,
very cool effect, though. I don't
it's
remember
also
anything
not
else
that
like
bad
this.
it's not that bad for a 3-mana instant. This is the
No.
spot where I normally be playing like a Hero's Downfall.
Yeah.
It was destroy target creature, planeswalker. This is well priced even without the pitch effect.
Yeah, it's
to
honestly
be like, all right, well, you played a lot of really good creatures this turn.
It is also a really cool effect. There isn't anything like this because it also gets around hexproof and stuff.
Yeah, it does.
You just have to have it right away.
This is definitely a good card. I think this is going to show up in random Commander recommendations.
Dude,
for a
I don't
while.
want to take apart Kess, but like, wow, is there so much? Stuff?
I don't think you need this one for Kess.
Why?
Are you like low on board wipe effects for
No,
only
I
a
have
particular
lots of
player?
board wipes, but
like
this
I think this
so
is going to
get
be
around
a budget alternative for like mono black decks. Like not everyone has money for Damnation, but since this is not going to be like, I don't think this is really modern playable, so I think this is going to end up being a cheap card.
Yeah, it's fair. Red one's terrible. We don't even need to
Oh, this is the
about
greatest card print in the history of Magic. Holy shit.
All right, anyway. Force of Vigor is actually probably the most likely to be played in Commander. This card's fucking great.
Up to 2. Yeah, this is actually really good.
This is amazingly good.
Even without the pitch, this is very good.
Yeah, this is pretty on curve with what you want in Commander. And the fact that you could pitch this in a pinch. This is really good. I actually really like this card. Astral Drift, I wish this was the promo artwork because the promo is 10,000 times cooler than this fucking artwork.
So, I finally learned why no one will shut up about why they love Astral Slide. Because every time I look at it, I'm like, I don't get it. Like, why is this good? Why do people think this is a good card? And then it hit me. When it was good, combat damage used to go on the stack.
Oh, yeah.
And that was why Drift was good. And I like every time someone's like, I want Drift to come back, I'm like, I don't know if it like will actually work the way you think.
I mean, the other idea is it's just blink value.
Yeah, like this is not an insane card. I'm not sure if there's enough cycling stuff to make like a cycling commander deck.
I think the people that had commander decks that had astral slide, yeah, are overjoyed to have a almost strict upgrade.
Yes.
The
or
only downside,
duplicate effect.
Yeah, basically. The only downside is that in exchange for being able to cycle this card, which is cool, you cannot do this. Apparently, Astral Slide triggered off of anyone's cycling, but cycling is not a thing that happens that frequently in Commander.
No, it wasn't like when it was standard where everyone had cycling cards for whatever reason. This is like, if I have cycling, it's a couple of my random ass tap lands are cycling.
Oh, look, Archmage's Charms going in.
I want to talk real quick. For Astral Drift, they showed off the promo artwork.
It's so cool.
And it's some dude drifting a car on Kaladesh. Everyone's like, oh man.
Dude, it's the Ravager. It's the one that made it into Vintage for a little bit.
They took the drift theme too serious. I think the top comment was Deja Vu, and then it was just the chain.
Deja Vu.
But yeah, moving on to Archmage's Charm. This card's really good.
Version of the... I didn't realize there was a good version of the picture on Scryfall. Of Astral Drift. Really? Dude, this is so much cooler. It's crazy. Oh, this is the pre-release one, so it's actually coming out this weekend. Like, people are getting these in their hands right now.
Yeah. Keep your eyes on the market, folks. It's going to be crazy this week.
Anyway, Archmage's Charm. Yeah, wow. Got to find space and cast for this piece of shit, too. Wow, great.
This is a hard-to-cast card in Modern.
Is it? Cryptic Command?
So the thing is, you need blue. If you're running blue-white control, that means you better not play any fucking planes on the first 3 turns of the game. You better not play a Field of Ruin. You better not do any of these. Like, it's a deck-building restriction, but at the same time, the payoff in this is really good.
Oh, it's amazingly good. Instant speed, divination, or counterspell, or steal token, or any 1-drop, or like in Commander, you have like Deathrite Shaman, or Soul Ring, or...
Hey, if you're on the play, you can... no, if someone has Cabal Therapist, forget it. Forget this analogy. There's stuff you can steal that's pretty cool.
Yep. Death Shadow is a 1-drop, more importantly.
Yeah. Chances are it'll die under your control, but still, then that's point,
removal then. 3 blue to kill a Deathrite Shaman?
Target removal. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's not bad either.
I forget.
Cordial Vampire. That thing's awesome. Also, I noticed the other day, EDH Rec says there is a new second most popular commander ever.
Is it what's his name?
Edgar
Mardu Vampire dude. Yeah,
Markov.
there you
Do do
go.
do do do
I'm not
do.
surprised. He had a lot of casual appeal, and now everyone's realizing he has like
He's
I don't know.
fucking good.
I don't know if it's CEDH playable, but like he's pretty
No,
fucking good. Like
he's a
he's at
great
that
cat.
level.
He's high tier casual.
Yeah, he's that kind of that might be a little bit too strong for casual if you build him that
I mean,
way.
hell, look at Atraxa and Marin. They're popular because they're great, grindy, long-term multiplayer cards, not CEDH throwing around vintage shit.
I still can't believe Luigi's taking apart his Baron deck.
It honestly gets boring, I'm sure.
But
That's
the
the
thing
kind
is,
of deck that it takes so long to win with, but you're not doing all that much other than the same motions and same things every time.
so that was the thing. I built my deck a little different than Luigi. I didn't have a lot of big hate pieces, and when I played it once, my cousin was like, "Hey, what's the win con?" And I look and I'm like,
Oh.
"Value." And I realized the deck didn't really have a very good way to win. It was
See,
just like
and
it had
that's
a ton of value plays, but none of the payoffs.
and that's a big conversation for me that I've been kind of trying to have in my own head because Kess cycles through fast enough that she finds her wins or she tutors for them, but Kess does lead to longer games. But then it's like I think about my other decks like Selvala combo win fast, that's fine. Like I don't know. It's something I think about is trying to have decks that are good in medium games but don't always lead to super long games because you don't always want to play a 3-hour commander game. Actually, usually
No,
don't.
you don't. I mean, I like to think that like decks I have like Sisei or Black White Daxos, they do not win fast, but like as I've said before with Daxos, like turn 9 is your critical play.
Yep.
9 is when either you start winning or you've accepted you lost. And I think nine turns is not that long for a commander game.
Not at all.
Yeah, it's when you get to like turn 20. That's when it's you got to reevaluate what your deck is.
Goblin Engineer, Goblin Welder side grade.
Yeah, this is
awesome.
That's a decent card.
It's a hilariously good card. I think this card is actually overall better than Goblin Welder because of the first line of text. If Goblin Welder said pitch a card and entomb an artifact, oh my god. The fact that this can entomb an artifact for other cards is amazing. Like, Goblin Welder on 1 is way worse than this on 2.
Oh man, maybe I should run this in
Yes,
Feldon just to get like a big ass artifact creature in the yard for Feldon to bring back.
Yep. And you could even cycle a big artifact into a small artifact you want if you want the bigger one in the graveyard.
No, all right, so I don't even have to cycle. So here's what you do. This is the spicy play. You play this dude, you dump something in the yard. I don't care. Let's assume I have another like tiny artifact in the yard for a second. The point is, I activate Feldon to get my artifact token of something in the yard, and then before end of turn, I sack my token to bring back an actual 3 CMC or lower artifact. So I can get value off the tokens we're going to die at end step anyway.
That makes a lot of sense. That's pretty sick.
All right, cool. I got to make a note of this. That's going straight in.
Feldon.
Time to figure out what's getting cut. All right, let's move on to the next one.
Giver of Runes. Hey, look, this card's really good.
No. The Ayula's
influence. Ayula's Influence. It's bear memes. Great.
Yeah, this is shitty. This is a stupid card. People were joking around about whether the green-red lands deck I was alluding to would play this, and I'm gonna give a big fat no. This is a stupid card.
This card's pretty bad.
But it's cool. So if you're playing mono green, and there's a card in the next line that is your mono green commander. If you're playing mono green, there's nothing you hate more than drawing nothing but land.
Yep. Hell, my buddy's Galta deck did that last night.
Oh, really?
He drew a bunch of lands late, like near the end after he dumped out his hand, and he's like, I got fucking nothing to do.
Yeah, so being able to use your lands for something is fine. For anyone who has a card that has the keyword retrace, that's nice because you could discard your lands and just replay spells. So it does give you that effect, but honestly, there's better cards to do it with, and just getting a 2/2 kind of sucks. So I honestly is seeing too much play.
Yeah.
All right, but let's go to the next line.
Giver of Runes. Hey, that card's real good.
Giver of Runes is so good. This is making me more and more want to play
D&T.
Death and Taxes in Modern. But like we need the problem is the deck isn't the same without the ability to like stop your opponent's lands. Like having Rishadan Port? To be able to slow them down using your lands but still be able to play your creatures off Vial is like the entire core of how that deck functions. And without slowing down your opponent, you yourself are just too slow to do anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, definite side grade over Mother of Runes.
Yeah,
It sucks
and
that
I mean, in Modern, this is going to be a big test card. Because, like, hey, what's going to happen in Modern when you have something like Mother of Runes that just can't protect itself? Which is a big deal. Big deal.
it is, yeah.
But still, that's pretty cool.
I'm actually kind of glad they didn't just straight up reprint Mother of Runes because there's
Yes.
concerns that now Wizards are gonna be careful about what humans they print because it's too good in Modern, and that bothers me. Because
Yeah.
human used to be like this is the default creature type because there's very little support for humans. Now it's just like I don't even know so much that humans are good. It's just that Cavern of Souls is good, and it hits so many different creatures. I don't know. It's a concern going forward. I hope that it doesn't blow out of proportion.
We'll see. I saw Pleasant Kenobi did some Death and Taxes video with Giver of Runes, and he was like, this is helpful, but he also didn't draw it very much in the video he did, which was funny.
It's him and this one other YouTuber, Magic Aids. They'll always try out some cool deck, but then like the card that the deck is based around will never
shows
video.
up. It's great.
And it's like, why did you just record more games to show it off? Like, I don't care that you.
They have limited time.
I know, but like there was one video I was watching. Someone was trying out some weird tech in Tron, but then they never hit the tech and they had 3 videos of them just playing normal Tron. I was like, what was the point of this video?
What was the point? I didn't get any. I literally got nothing out of this.
Yeah.
Bazaar Trade Mage, I gotta tell my buddy to put this in his fucking Sidisi deck, because holy shit, having a Bazaar of Baghdad as an end of the battlefield is a great, great, great card.
So the stats on this are pretty good. I think it's the fact that it's balanced by the fact you end up down 1 card when you play it.
Yeah, but that's literally gas in a bunch of decks.
This is a beefy boy. So I was thinking about making what's it called?
Don't know.
That one wizard where whenever another wizard enters the battlefield, you can like make a token copy of it.
Oh yeah, Nala, yeah.
I was debating on doing that as my next commander project, but I'm like, so now I'm really focused. Anytime I see a wizard, I'm like, let me think about this. But I haven't really put together a list yet, so I'm not sure.
I mean, this thing just seems amazing. Like, Bazaar of Baghdad is a vintage playable dredge card, and I think this is an amazing card for. It's costed correctly for the ability and everything, but it's just a super good ability. Like, this ability looks terrible for if you don't know how to. If you don't know, in general, you're like, what is the point of this? You draw 2, discard 3. That's terrible. If you don't have any cards in your hand, you end up with no cards still, and you throw them in your graveyard.
Yeah,
well, that's where you want them.
Yeah, Feldon taught me a valuable lesson about your graveyard as a resource, and this deck screams it back.
It's why every commander deck needs some graveyard hate, because oh boy, do people like the graveyard.
Yep.
Dead of Winter, in the running for best art in the set with least relevant card.
Hell yeah. So this is the first of many cards we're going to talk about today that make everyone ask the question, should all my basics be snow basics? For anyone who's playing mono black control, which seems to be like a pet deck for a number of people, this was the definitive answer to yes. I should be running snow basics.
Yep. Which is reasonable. I mean,
it's not.
If you run on turn 3, this is -3/-3 to all creatures. That's kind of a board wipe to some strategies.
Yeah, and if you're going down the snow strategy, this scales with the length of the game. The more lands you have, the more value you get for the same amount of mana.
It's just not as good as Toxic Deluge.
Yeah, it's not.
Pashalik Mons. Hey, this is
more
cool.
Goblins.
More Gavos. Still not gonna make a modern playable, but I mean, hell, every Krenko deck and everything is gonna be like, hey, another good Goblin.
It's so on. When you look at it in a bubble, like on its own, a 2/2 for 3 that when it or another one dies, deal 1. You can make more goblins out of it, but it's a very mana intense ability. The thing is, having this, it's not bad as part of a goblin deck. If you're playing any other kind of like goblin sack deck, this is great because it just tacks another damage onto whatever you're doing.
Prospector.
It's not that expensive, but I don't think this is commander material. Like,
I don't think it's a commander.
It's material to be a commander.
Yeah,
but it's going to find a home in other goblin decks.
That's why I said Krenko.
Yeah.
Krenko, this is amazing. You get a bunch of Skirk Prospectors. You get a Skirk Prospector, a bunch of tokens. You sack a bunch of tokens to get the mana to make another pair of tokens. It's like just ping, 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 ping.
This does go really well if you have Purphoros out, that second ability, because you just get more triggers each time. You get a damage off the one dying, and then you get 4 damage from 2.
You know what's unfortunate? This doesn't go infinite with like doubling season or any of those. Because you sack a goblin to make 4 if you have a doubler, which
Yeah.
you can then sack the 4 to get a mana to Skirk Prospector, but you still need a 5th to finish the combo.
If you had whatever the altar is that lets you sack for colorless. This is getting now we're in
Oh,
Christmas.
yeah, I
ranks.
gotcha,
We're talking
gotcha.
about, like, how much shit you have to stack together to get this.
Yeah,
to go.
so you have to have.
It wouldn't even be
If you
infinite,
have
just be
both
the number of
altars,
red sources you have.
Yeah, you have to have both altars or the color altars replaced with Skirk Prospector, and then it goes infinite with a doubler. So it's like 4 pieces at least.
We're not telling you should do this, so please don't do this.
You know what you should do? Run Ayula if you like bears. Look, it's a bear commander, and it's not Goreclaw who got it wrong.
What I love reading about all the articles about this is they're like, we fucked up with the last bear here. Take this and don't ask for
you
bears.
Remember how
ever again.
bears are code for 2/2s with no abilities or like few abilities in 2/2 for 2 in Magic? Yeah, let's make a 4/3 for 4. That's a bear. That's the bear commander you're looking for. No, Ayula is the bear commander. Like, hey, why don't you just play bears that make her huge, or play bears that are 4/4s, or have a bunch of bears like put counters on her and have her kill everything? It's great. It's very flexible.
This is such a narrow card. Like,
Yep.
because I play Sisay, I'm forced to evaluate every single green and white legendary creature they print. And I look at this like, on its own, this is just like a shitty card. This is a 2/2 for 2 that essentially, if you're not in a bear deck, doesn't do anything.
Oh yeah, I mean, excuse me. It's why Changelings. They can afford to print tribal stuff in this set because they made so many shapeshifters. It's great.
Yes.
It makes a lot of sense.
Definitely.
It's awesome. This is also the kind of thing, because they said in the art, and Morrow said in one of his articles, this is stuff we're not doing in upcoming standard sets. This is other stuff. And hey, you're not going to do tribal coming up. That's fine. You just did Ixalan, but here's a bunch of tribal fill-out stuff.
So not even just tribal, but the thing is, Wizards has gotten very particular about standard lately because they were very concerned about the banning era, where it's every set had something banned. They're very careful what gets printed, and I think it also means they're going to be a little more careful with weird cards that get printed.
Yes.
They don't want to do things that have a lot of open potential they can't really evaluate for. So something like Ayula, it may not have a home, but it might also not be something they want to introduce to standard.
Mm-hmm.
So putting it in Modern
It's a 2/2 for 2 with a bunch of abusable abilities. So
yeah, like there was a discussion going on the other day about what mechanics you want to see return in another standard set, and someone said that they thought that Last Strike and Triple Strike, the mechanics from the last unset, whether it could be printed, and someone said absolutely not, because then Wizards could not print a give +3+, like giving +3/+3 to a creature sounds great. That creature has triple strike.
Yeah.
It's just like it limits you from printing other things. Now that's it. I don't think Ayula fits that particular category.
No. But it makes sense though, because then you have to be careful about bears or things that let you go tribal wide. It's easier to just do it here. We got to start picking up the pace because we've already been going to a half hour and we got through what 25
It's fine.
cards?
The rares are really all that matters. Once we get to the uncommons, it's not
That's
going to be
true.
anything good.
On Thin Ice. Hey, look, Chain to the Rocks for snow.
Chain to the Snow. That was a decent card when it got printed, but
doesn't see modern play.
No one's doing it.
It's spicy for Commander though. This is actually easier to run in Commander because most enchantment decks don't care about red.
I was gonna say, Chain of the Rock Sucks requires you red-white. This is just white, and it needs you to like pay some money for some snow basics that haven't be ugly, but whatever.
Yeah. Flusterstorm in Modern is kind of a huge deal, but we'll have to see how it actually pans out. People seem to think it's going to be bigger, but I don't know if it actually will be.
I mean, I'm not concerned with the playability. I'm concerned about the price of this card. Isn't this just the buy box promo, or is it actually in the set?
I don't fucking... Who knows, dude.
I thought it was just the buy box promo. I know it got...
The picture on Mythic Spoilers says it's the buy box promo. And its card number is 255 out of 254. So, yep, it's just the promo.
Yep, so this is going to be expensive.
Yep. Endling, another one. Hey, look, we finished the cycle. If only Thornling had better artwork, and nobody really cares.
This is a cool card for mono black, but if I wasn't in mono black, I feel like there's usually better options for creatures.
I feel like everyone thinks these cards are cool in limited, and then no one actually uses them. Planebound Accomplice. Hey, look, who wanted a sneak attack for Planeswalkers? That's actually kind of neat. And by neat, I mean it's a neat design space, but I don't know if it's actually any good, because it's probably not.
Yeah, I don't know how many Planeswalkers there are that people only want them on the battlefield for one turn. Like, this is...
Nope.
Planeswalkers are good because they're recurring value.
Yep. So rushing out a Planeswalker for basically 4 mana doesn't actually mean all that much.
Yeah, I don't think this is a good card.
It's again great design space though.
All it takes is one planeswalker to break it, and then it'll be good. But until then,
Yeah. Um,
I don't know.
what was I gonna say? Collector Oofy,
Oof.
I don't know.
It's just oof. Because everyone's memeing about it. Isn't this just Karn's static ability on a green creature?
Yeah, but it's amazing because
It
it's
is good.
also
This
a
is a
null
very
rod
good
on
one.
a creature.
Yeah, this is how do I put it? The fact that he's very small, well costed means that he will see play in random ass green decks.
Yep.
He's great sideboard tech, so if you're doing like, if you're in even like a green white company deck,
Yep. Why
he's
not?
really good.
2/2 for 2 also.
Yeah.
Sisse.
I was so happy to see another Sisei, and then I'm like, oh no, not another 5 color. This.
Another 5-color mythic.
It also, the first time I read it, I was like, oh, it gets 1/1 for each other legendary permanent. Like, no, it's only for colors. So she only get a max of 5/5, depending on your
She
legendary
can be a max of a
permanents.
7/7. Yeah. I don't
And then
know.
and then you have to pay 5 mana. So starting off, you pay 5 mana, and then you can only find one with CMC 2 or less. Like
Assuming you have
so,
nothing else, yeah, it's pretty
this
narrow.
is so restrictive. Like, yeah, it comes down to turn faster than current Sisei.
But
Yes,
who
you can
cares?
play any legendary, but like, it's just too slow for what it's doing.
People are gonna run this as a fun commander 5-color deck, but we already have a bunch of those, especially after like
Yeah.
Niv Mizzet just got printed and shit. Like,
Yeah, I don't like this.
what else? What?
We have Future Sight, which was already a card, right?
Yeah, Future Sight's a real card. So is Nether Spirit actually, but they're both really cool ads for Modern.
Yeah, Nether Spirit's pretty cool.
Uh, time to crack open this.
Oh
cold
man,
one
I
with the
didn't
boys.
even see this one during spoiler season. This is just the Boros Reckoner
Wait, you
effect.
didn't?
I didn't see this particular one.
Holy shit! Yeah, Spiteful Sliver. Freeman's gonna have a lot of work to do, along with every other
Oh,
Sliver
man.
player on the fucking planet. Because a lot of these slivers are really good.
This is a very good ability for slivers.
It seems fucking
Lets you attack
busted.
recklessly and still win.
or attack
God.
reckonerly.
God damn it, get out of here. Anyway, Sliver's got a lot of good stuff. I'll
So
scream.
we'll get to
whenever I
more of
see
it
something.
later.
Sounds good.
Hey, look,
Suspend
Crashing
is back on
Footfalls.
the menu.
This is really good, actually. I think with As Foretold or just an early drop, this seems actually kind of not terrible.
I think playing this turn 1 is honestly fine.
Yeah.
4/4, like 4/4s are a significant body. Having trample's great, and 2 of them is even better.
Yeah, and like this coming down on 5, 8 power on 5 with trample isn't horrific.
No, it's not. I like this card.
Winds of Abandon. Hey, sorcery speed, Path of Exile,
Super
but
path.
the trade-off is Overload, which is actually really kind of solid. Like this is a mono white board wipe.
It is, but it has a very strong downside
Yes.
of ramping the ever-living fuck out of your opponents.
Well, that's why like in Commander it's like this is big risks.
Yeah, you have to be very certain. Like, some guy may have a lot of big threats, but it's like, that guy has like 6/1/1 tokens that I really don't want him having like all of his lands in the battlefield for the rest of the game.
Yup.
It's risky. I'm like so cautious about wanting to run this in any of my decks.
Yep. Merit Lage's Slumber is an awesome callback.
This is such a cool card.
And it's super fixed and super sweet. I love this card. I'm never gonna run it because hey, snow cards, but
I want to make a snow deck now.
Yeah, and it's actually funny enough the same exact token. It's also a 2020 flying indestructible.
Calling back to being
Black
literally
Avatar
the
Merit
exact
Lage.
same Merit Lage.
Yeah, but it doesn't have combo potential because you have to control snow permanents. But I mean, honestly, in like Commander with snow
Again,
basics,
this is your snow basic payoff card.
Yeah, get this and like 2 of this new snow creatures, and you're like, hey, I got a 2020.
Because it turns your basics into scry lands.
Yeah, which
pretty
isn't
cool.
terrible.
Even without the second
that's
ability,
right.
just being able to scry on basics is
2
very
mana
powerful.
scry basics is great. Wow.
Yeah.
That's shit. Plague Engineer, sideboard, yeah, snore. Tectonic Reformation. I mean, do you want to say stuff about Plague Engineer? I wasn't
Oh
sure.
yeah, no, Plague Engineer. I don't know if a 2/2 for 3 is enough, but I think it's a good starting place to go for our. If a tribal type gets too good, here's the answer you run.
Let's
No,
not
I don't think
pretend here.
it's not great
This
off
is
the
for
bat. Like,
humans.
this is yes, that's really it is human. If humans gets too out of hand, you're gonna see like main deck Plague Engineer.
Oh God.
But
We
that's
already
like
have
humans
main
need to be
deck
more than
graveyard
30%
hate.
of the meta. At that point, they're just gonna ban Meddling Mage. So
That's true.
we'll see what happens. I don't think humans is that
No, not at
destructive
all.
yet.
Tron's a bigger problem, I think.
Sort of, yeah.
Sorry, Freeman. Tron is a big deal.
I know. I
big
rarely
problem.
play Mono. I have all these Tron builds ready to go. It'd really suck if they all disappeared. Real quick on Tron before we do anything else.
Sure.
It was yesterday. I had like 10 minutes, so I was just goldfishing the Eldrazi deck to see how it functioned, and I managed to pull off Tron off of an Exhibition map on like turn 4, and I was like, God, if I did this in an actual game, people would want to shoot me.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Tectonic Reformation is a hilariously cool card.
This is very cool.
This could easily be a mono red commander staple.
So I forget which player said it, but there was someone a while ago. It was right after cycling became a mechanic. Someone said that like Magic the Gathering would be a better game if every card had cycling too.
Mm-hmm.
And this kind of points in that direction because if you're flooding out, just cycle them. It's a good
Each
card.
land card in your hand has cycling red. Cycle this card for 2. In every mono red deck, you slam this instantaneously when you have an opening, and then every late game mountain is just pay a red, draw a new card. Pay a red, draw a new card. You would do that all the time.
Yeah, I gotta find room for this in Dax. Oh, not Dax. It's a Feldon now.
Dad Sos. Hey, Deep Forest Hermit. What a callback. What a callback.
Hold on. How does vanishing work again? Remove a time counter from it. Oh, so it only sticks around for 3 turns.
Yeah, but who cares? This is honestly kind of better than Hermit Druid.
It does have big power when it enters.
This is much
8 damage across 4 bodies.
Yeah, like but also the fact that you don't have to sink in more mana later feels so much better to me in most situations.
Wait, what does the original have?
Echo 5.
There you go. That's the cost. So you got to pay it every time.
No. You only have to pay the Echo once. It's not
Oh, it's not. I know what you're.
It's not cumulative upkeep or whatever. It's just Echo. And but it's 5 green again, so you basically have to take off your whole next turn to keep the power. But this case, hey, you get the power and you either win the game or it runs away.
Yeah.
I just think this seems a lot stronger. I mean, that's also
we're slowly sneaking into Squirrel tribal territory here.
Yeah. Now squirrels are in Modern. I don't remember if they were already, but they sure are now.
Now some of the uncommons are starting to melt in here. So I'm like, oh, this isn't.
I don't care about most of these. Mirrodin Besieged is hilariously
Mirrodin
cool.
Besieged is a great card. I love this.
This card seems insanely cool. Also, choosing is amazing.
I feel like the next time we do Return to Mirrodin, I think they're gonna do another cycle like this. Like they won't print Mirrodin Besieged in the set, but they're gonna do a choose Mirrodin or Phyrexian.
This is a clear callback to the fact that people wanted you to have cards where you could choose to go the Mirrodin way or the Phyrexian way.
Yeah, I know they had the illusion that like the community could decide, are we gonna get Mirrodin pure or are we gonna get new Phyrexia?
No, cleansed Mirrodin or whatever, or new Phyrexia.
I thought it was called Mirrodin pure. Let me just
either way, we're saying the same thing. It's just words differently. But yeah, so this is the callback to that. But yeah, this card's amazing. This card says I win the game on it. So, or actually, this card says target opponent loses the game on it, which is even better.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I honestly think this is such a high risk, high reward because you play it for Mirrodin just for value, or you play it for Phyrexian saying, hey guys, I'm gonna try to win the game.
So here's what I would do. If you're playing an early game in an artifact heavy deck, you pick Mirrodin. But when you're getting close to the end of the game where you're like, man, I only have to discard 2 more cards, you're like, I'm gonna slide down Phyrexian and just kind of put the gun on the table
So,
and see what everyone else does.
The amazing thing, though, is that this says end of turn. So you can actually cast this the same turn you already have 15 and instantly kill somebody if they don't have a response.
That's why it's even better. It's a win con that
So
unless someone has
good.
instant speed, enchantment removal,
Yeah.
they lose.
The only sucky thing is it's an enchantment in a deck of artifacts, which are, like, you only ever run, like, 3 or 4.
I mean, that's why I think the first ability is fine, because it's an
Yeah.
enchantment that can be an artifact payoff if like you need it to be at that
Personal
point. In the
Genesis Chamber, yeah.
game. Yeah. I love
Speaking
this
of
card.
Genesis Chamber, Genesis, hopefully this card does stuff in Modern, but it probably won't. But it's really cool.
I like it.
I mean, it's cool. I just don't think it'll see much play, which sucks.
It feels too cute.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem. It's also too much. Like, if you pitch this on turn 1, you still have to wait till like turn 3 to do stuff.
I'm still gonna play it in some janky mono green deck just because if it dies, it lets you recover a bit. Like, 'cause that's always the big thing. If you get board wiped and you're playing mono green, a lot of times it's very difficult to recover.
Mm-hmm.
If this is one of the creatures you get out, congrats. You can start getting some of your stuff back, even if it does cost you a bit.
Well, this has to be in the graveyard.
I know, but I'm saying like you play this as a creature.
Oh, when would
Yes,
you
it
ever
needs to
do
be
that?
like a shitty. Well, I'm just saying it's a 4/4 for 5. But in the event that you get board wiped, this will help you recover because this was a creature that got wiped. If
I
this
guess.
is in your hand, it kind of sucks because you need to get it into the yard.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
It's.
I mean, it
like I
sees
said,
marginal commander play, and that says a lot.
Yeah.
Miss Syndicate Naga, just because we're doing rares. Ninjutsu and ninjas, fucking. All these things bring me closer to someday building the ninja girl from Commander. Because she's
one of my friends
so good.
played that deck before the Ninja Girl got printed, and the deck was not terrible. I think
Okay.
it's gotten a lot better in the last year since I've seen him play it, but
Mhm.
ninjas are like borderline decent now.
Let's see. Any uncommons that we see that actually matter? Oh, this Alpine guide is actually really cool. Searching for a mountain of any type and then being able to sacrifice, and then it's like not really ramp, but like pseudo like upgrading lands, which is kind of cool.
Sort of,
That's
because
a neat card.
what you'll do is like you'll play him, you'll find your shock land, and then when he dies, you get rid of one of your basic mountains.
Yeah, it's cool.
But it's
Or
it's
if there's a blood
weird.
moon out, you can sack any land.
Yeah. I don't
Not that
think
that
it's
matters.
that amazing. But
No, it's just a cool card to have. It's again, this is like a new effect. Carrion
Yeah.
Feeder in Modern, yada yada. Firebolt in Modern's kind of neat. Dismantling Blow is actually cool budget removal. Glacial
Unearthed
Revelation.
Sliver.
Oh yeah, Unearthed more good slivers. Goblin Matron. Spoiler: Goblin still isn't going to be in deck in Modern.
No,
Sorry.
it's not.
Sorry, guys. Sorry. Face of Divinity. I never even saw that card. That has cool art and is actually maybe a SRAM card.
Phase of Divinity. It's 2/2.
2/2 and First Strike Lifelink if you have another enchantment on it. That's actually not terrible.
So I don't run too many auras in my version.
No, yeah, I don't either. That's kind of the problem. I run like
On
3,
Twitter.
and a lot of them honestly don't go on SRAM. A lot of them are like pacifism or other minor
Yeah.
effect things, you know. Glacial Revelation's cool. Digging for Snow is in graveyarding stuff. That's not terrible. Land
They're
Awards
pushing the snow deck.
Yeah, they really are.
Did you see the lead up to the spoiler for this card?
What?
So they gave this card to Dana Fisher. who's
Yeah, I
known
know.
for
The elf
playing
girl.
modern elves. And her spoiler was, it's like if a bunch of Llanowar elves came together. And I was like, is it just like multiple Llanowar elf effects? And yes, it is. It's if 3
Yes.
Llanowar elves were a single creature.
Yeah, it's pretty boring, honestly.
It's a very boring card.
What is this? Feaster of Fools. Well, that's kind of weird.
Blacken and Convoke is pretty interesting.
Goblin Oriflame is cool. I actually love Cunning Evasion. I think that card is crazy good in the ninja deck.
Yes.
I think you can actually stack it so that you can bounce a ninja back to your hand if it gets blocked and then re-ninjutsu it out. If it's not blocked, can you do that?
Let's find out.
First sliver's chosen. Hey, it's a sliver you're not going to play.
Exalted is not good with slivers.
I don't know why you'd ever.
Let's see how this keyword works. And then just only be activated while a creature on the battlefield is unblocked. So you can respond after blocks before damage, right?
I think that's what it is.
So I
yeah.
think that's when it would happen.
I think that works then.
So
That'd be crazy. Like you
you
attack with a
attack
bunch, return the ninjas to your hand, and then ninjutsu them onto other stuff that wasn't blocked. That's funny as shit. Anyway, Generous Gift is actually low-key maybe best card in the set for Commander. Because it's Beast Within for white. Awesome. It's also hilariously good flavor.
Yeah, it's
Like-
almost identical to that spell. And
Yeah, like Beast Within
played
was,
everywhere.
oh shit, this beast is bursting out of your thing. This is, oh shit, my fat elephant sat on your present. Everdream is actually amazing tech for splice onto instant or sorcery now exists. It's no longer splice onto arcane, it's splice onto instant or sorcery. That's
so it
now
just
a thing
means
that
you have to
exists.
reveal this pay to 3 and you have to draw a card just from having this in your hand, right?
With another spell you're casting.
Yeah, with another spell.
King of the Pride, yada yada. Makes everything Savannah Lions, that's cool. Fact or Fiction in Modern, a lot of people seem excited about that. I would be.
It's interesting. Everyone's talking about how like the 4-drop slot is a little crowded right now, but like Fact or Fiction is a really good card that can just straight up win you the game off value.
Pillage seems really good. Artifact or Land Destruction for 3 is always interesting. Valiant Changeling is actually really cool for the possibility for if you have another Changeling on the field, this is a 2-mana 3/3 double strike.
For each creature among creatures.
And Changeling makes everything all creature types.
So you have one Changeling, this is just
if you have
2/2?
one Changeling, this
is a 2-mana?
This is a white 3/3 double strike.
Damn.
Exactly. Ravenous Giant is a callback to that Jinn, that famous old Mahamut Jinn or whatever, or I don't know.
Oh, I know the one, yeah.
It's like LSV's favorite thing ever. Scale up. Hey, look, Infect is back on the menu. Infect's back on the menu, boy.
Fuck, scale up. This
card's great.
It's such a weird card.
1 mana +5/+5 for most of the cards in Infect.
Yeah, for real. This is
better
dangerous.
than Might of Old Krosa.
Thankfully, this is an uncommon, so it's not going to be too expensive.
But it's going to make Infect real good.
It's going to make Infect very good. I don't like this. I hate it, Infect.
Vesperlark, not going to make the cut in Teysa, but a very cool tiny Revelark. Very cool.
It's nifty design, but it's not something that amazing.
Also, Squirrel Nest in Modern. Thrones of
the art on Rebuild just it has.
It's awesome. So many callbacks to famous
going
artifacts. Around. That card could actually see it play in the Cheerios deck maybe, although they have the 1 mana one, so they don't care.
Yeah.
Throat Seeker's kind of cool for ninja stuff. Throes of Chaos. This is the greatest dumb card that has ever existed.
Hold on, how far down did you go here?
I'm right under Urza's Rage. Squirrel Nest.
There it is. Yeah, okay. Oh, the Cascade card that doesn't do anything but makes your lands just cascade. So that was why I brought up Retrace earlier, because it lets you do fun stuff.
This is probably the greatest red card ever printed for the flavor of red. This card has no text on it. This card says, remove cards from the top of your library until you hit something that costs 3 or less and cast it for free. Who knows what it's going to be? And it has
pay 4
Retrace
mana to get anything.
Yeah, and it has Retrace, which is turn a land for 4 mana into anything of those either. It's amazingly good flavor.
So it says, I'd pay 4 mana to do anything, and I'd gladly do it again.
Wall of Blossoms. Hey, that's another one.
It's fun to see Wing Shards reprinted, because I only own it because it was in the Daxos Precon, and I hate this card. But seeing again it's terrible, but I love seeing it again.
Scuttling Sliver. Pay 2 mana, untap any Sliver.
If you got an infinite combo going, this can be real good.
Undead
Unfortunately,
Augur.
I don't know
how
to do it. Yeah.
Undead Augur, I actually kind of might find space in my zombie deck. I really hate these forced draw effects, but this costs 1 less than Midnight Reaper does.
Yeah, everyone's talking about how it can be dangerous.
And Midnight Reaper I always don't like because it's too much mana, but 2 mana, 2/2 for this actually seems kind of appealing to me now that I read it again. Tribute Mage, hey, we finished the cycle, which is awesome. Now you can tutor up any kind of artifact you could ever want from 0 to 3 mana off of a 2 and a blue creature.
2 for 3.
Answered Prayers has the coolest fucking artwork. It's more Seb art that's killing it. It's awesome. I love that art.
Yeah, it's a cool enchantment.
Twisted Reflection. Changeling Outcast. Actually, a lot of people are like, this card's really good because it's a 1/1 unblockable. And it's a Changeling. Another Sliver. You don't care about that one, though. The Web Weaver, meh.
For the Hellbent. Yeah, that kind of sucks. I didn't read that
File
part.
is actually kind of a big deal. 1
So
mana is pretty good.
Yeah, so this was the one, Mono Black Pauper is where
yeah.
this is going to be infinitely playable.
Yep. Watcher for Tomorrow is so actually hilarious.
Oh my god,
good.
they put Outlast on Slivers. I didn't see that one. Outlast is
yeah.
such a shitty mechanic. I hate it.
Yeah, but it's on a common, so it's fine.
I know. I hate it.
Watcher for Tomorrow Hideaway on a creature is the first time ever, and the fact that this says leave the battlefield so you can bounce this.
Oh, you can flicker it.
So good.
For
Speaking of flicker,
this is great.
Ephemerate, 1 mana exile Cloud Shift, but you rebound.
Oh man, the other one's uncommon. So say, wow, this is a great common.
Oh yeah. Watcher, yeah.
But still, it's pretty good.
Chiller Pillar is the best name in the running for the best name in the set. It's kind of great.
Oh man, they brought back Monstrous.
Elvish Fury's good. Diablock, and it has snow on it.
So it's unfortunate we're getting Edict now, right after they just printed a strictly better Edict into Standard.
Yeah. Fist of Flame, yeah, whatever. Geomancer's Gambit's actually pretty cool. It's a 3-mana land destruction that lets them get a basic, but you can destroy Tron stuff, and it draws a card, so it's actually great Pauper Tron hate.
Yeah, that's probably where you want. A lot of the more I think it's like Ponza style, they just straight up want the land to be gone. So this isn't going to find a home there, but this is definitely Pauper playable land destruction. Fairy
Seer is actually a menace in Pauper, I'm sure, according to the professor, because it's another 1/1 flying fairy that scries 2. That's really good for Pauper.
It is actually really good.
Krosan Tusker is a hilariously cool card. Lots of call. Every card here is like a
dumb commons now.
Huh?
We're kind of running into some of the dumb commons now.
Yeah, I think Mindrake is hilariously cool tech. I think that's an amazingly cool use of the overload mechanic that I want to see more of, where it's really good for a more expensive cost, the base cost, but you can overload it for less, but it also affects you. That's kind of fantastic to me. Bears, ninjas, Nimble Mongoose, and Modern. People are wondering.
Oh yeah, everyone was talking about that a while ago, about whether it was
good enough.
Yeah, back when Delver decks were a big thing, I'd say that Nimble Mongoose kind of fit into that strategy. But the problem is, Death Shadow does it bigger.
Yep.
And Delve ruin magic.
Lava Dart is cool.
There, I said it. That's my hot take.
Yeah, I know. Lava Dart's cool. Magmatic Sinkhole is honestly not terrible, maybe even in Pauper, because it's a 5 damage 1 spell potentially to creatures, but I don't know.
Yeah.
An unblockable ninja is cool.
The problem is that the Planeswalker line means nothing in Pauper to them.
Reprobation is honestly kind of better than Pacifism. I kind of maybe want to find a place for that in SRAM.
So it's in my eyes, I run Darksteel Mutation in ton of decks. I think this is better because then they don't get the indestructible off of it.
Oh my god. And it loses all abilities. Oh my god, maybe this is a hard upgrade for Darksteel Mutation.
Yeah, I think it is.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Pondering Mage is going in the wizard deck.
Hell yeah, dude. The fact that ponders on a creature is busted.
Oh, for the memes, we got Fog Frog on the thread.
Spore Frog, yeah. Every Marin player is glad that they can get a new border Spore Frog. That's what it is. Pyrophobia, Cowards. Any card that says the word Cowards on is great. Ooh, Segovian Angel.
This card.
So great.
Oh my god, all these keywords on a 1/1. It's
1/1 flying vigilance.
To boot.
And it's like a cute tiny angel. You can tell it's small. It's the greatest.
It's cool.
So great.
I don't know where I'm going to play this, but it's a cool card.
It's the greatest little design. Prohibit is actually super cool for Modern. No one knows if it's going to see play, but it's cool.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who knows? Dude, this is going to shake up Modern. Everything's going to be tried, probably. Like, actually,
I'll
almost
never
every card's
understand
going to get tried.
Like Wizards is dead set on you gotta have this weird suite of counter spells that only counter certain things. But at the same time, Lightning Bolt says 3 damage to any target.
Yeah, well.
It's like I don't know. Settle Beyond Reality has cool artwork. It's like
such cool. That's
straight up
anime
the
as
final battle
fuck.
from Gurren Lagann right there.
Dude, that's anime as fuck. Sad Reckless Charge chose that artwork. Hey, scour all possibilities for 1 more mana. Would you like a Preordain with flashback? That seems actually playable.
It is pretty.
And I have thought about it for Marin, or not Marin, Kess. Only because
I too have thought
flashback.
about putting blue spells in my Marin
Yeah,
deck.
I know. Putting Kess with this honestly seems really fucking cool. But you know, who knows?
Yeah.
Gotta figure that out. Umezawa's Charm, great callback. Great callback.
I like how when this card got printed, they're like, is the charm supposed to be his effect, or like is it just that he's a charming dude?
He's a smiley boy. Shenanigans. That card is Shenanigans. That card's the brand new. This is a staple, I think, in every format where Ancient Grudge is played, which is Modern, Legacy, and Vintage.
Yeah.
I think this is better. In exchange, you do lose instant speed, so I could see that. But the fact that you don't have to, you never have to lose this card voluntarily.
Yeah, because any turn where you go and saying, I want to cast this turn, it's like, good. I will trade drawing any card in my deck for getting this into my hand to play it this turn.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
That 1-for-1 makes it good value.
The fact that it's Dredge 1 actually means that it's for value, not as a Dredge engine.
Yeah.
Dash. I didn't even know we had a Dash card in this fucking set. Holy crap. I didn't even know that. Dude, Spell Snuff sucks. Unearth is actually a big deal in Modern.
Yeah.
This actually seems like a huge
Reanimator.
deal. Also, but Death Shadow.
Fuck that card. It ruins my valuation. Like, here's the problem. When Wizard says destroy something with CMC 2 or less, they're like, good, you get to blow up this little tiny creature. And then someone's like, but my Goyf and my Death Shadow and all my creatures that break the power toughness.
Hey, you know what else are 1-drops usually? Humans.
Yes.
But they probably can't play this because they can't cast colored spells that aren't humans.
Yeah, pretty much.
Stream of Thought, gorgeous Seb art. Seb had like 5 arts that were all MVPs this set.
I like they're just letting them go crazy with the art styles.
Yep, this art is crazy doodle, but it's a whatever card. It's cool, but it's not anything amazing. String of Disappearances, another Seb art, and right below it, and it's also killing it. I like how Wall of 1,000 Cuts is like Wall of 1,000 Swords.
That's a nice
except
callback.
It's just a different name. Weather the Storm, green Storm card.
Storm.
They printed Storm in a green card.
Just to say they could do it.
Yep. Winding Way is actually not terrible.
Winding Way might find its, no joke, Winding Way into Modern. Again, not Commander, just because you don't have duplicates.
Yeah.
Or actually, no, it's Pauper Legal. I don't know what deck would run. I don't follow that metagame.
No idea.
All right.
Holy
now we got
shit, I saw
multicolors.
Wind Color even. Wow. Winter's Rest also I didn't know was in the set. Everyone's like making Jon Snow jokes.
Yeah.
That card's actually great. That's like a pacifism in a blue deck.
Pretty much, yeah.
All right, here we go. Time for the big boys, multicolored. Holy shit, already over an hour, as always.
All right, we got Kylo Ren and 6 coming in first. All right, so...
This card, no one knows what it's going to do.
I want it to be an archetype so bad.
I think it could be. It's a 2-mana Planeswalker. And it kills any 1-drop in Modern.
For real. And
basically.
Not quite
close.
any 1-drop, because fucking Death Shadow coming up in this conversation.
Death Shadow doesn't usually hit the field on turn 1.
No.
But also, give her roots. The fact that this basically is always going to be a tick down and then tick up for a card, but also just ping stuff, honestly doesn't seem horrible.
It might be a ping up, because keep in mind fetch land, so you can always get that value if you wanted. Hey, look, it's Cass.
She shows up on this show every 5 minutes when I talk about her. My favorite. This shows more than anything that clearly they knew what was happening, and they were like, "Hey, all these cards are good for Kess. Why don't we just put Kess in Modern?" Hearing every single person who is a high-ranking Magic person talk about how they want to try Kess in Modern just makes me so excited, because I'll probably learn new Kess tech by watching pros play Kess in Modern.
I don't know how. Every time I look at this card, I constantly forget she has flying.
Yep, flying 3/4, dude. She's not just a Snapcaster mage.
Yeah, for real. She's got like
She's so
creature
great.
presence.
I love Kess so much, obviously, and I've been tempted to buy a foil of this so that I can have the hat version.
Oh hell yeah!
I've thought about it. Hey, look.
Yeah, Kess is pretty cool, but have you heard of the first sliver? The most broken sliver to be printed in years. This is ridiculous.
How is this card even
This is the
reasonable?
dumbest fucking sliver ever. Like I'm afraid of casting the sliver.
Hey,
'cause
look,
how
you
stupid
cast
is
this
gonna be.
sliver, and then pass the turn, and then when it comes back around, you cast about 4 slivers.
Hey, I heard you like value.
So the fact that sliver spells have Cascade means that every sliver you Cascade into has Cascade.
Yes.
For those who don't know, this basically means, hey, cast any sliver and get every the next sliver out of your deck that costs 1 mana less. Because every sliver, there's a sliver that exists that's good at every single converted mana cost. Like the sliver next to it, which gives every sliver flying and haste for 2 mana.
So ignoring the first sliver, I think this, besides first sliver, is the best one in the set for the sliver commander.
I believe you.
Just because you get to double up on keywords on a single creature.
It's also, more importantly, one of only 2 multicolored slivers, and the other one isn't quite as good. So in that respect, yes, I agree that this is probably the best. It's second best, really. But
yeah.
Collected
Next one.
Conjuring. If only
God,
this
this
was
card
as good as
sucks.
Collected Company, everyone disliked this.
The fact that it says sorcery makes it suck.
If it said instant or sorcery, this card would be amazing, but it doesn't, so no one cares. Eladamri's Call is an amazing add to Modern. Also, keep making those cards cheaper, because Commander should play this.
Hell yeah, that card used to be a lot more expensive. Thankfully, it's probably going to go down after this. I don't see it playing... I don't see it being played in Modern, just because spending a turn to search for one creature might not be the
Collected
best.
Company decks might want this to run out... Druid is the thing. Druid decks might want this.
Maybe,
Druid decks can get this down really fast and get their combo out before Disruption.
Yeah, possibly.
Fallen Shinobi is very amazing. This card is so cool, and yet again another good zombie. Actually, it's a I actually thought about this for zombies, but I'm pretty sure it's more for ninjas, unfortunately. Hogak.
This is a cool card.
No one knows what this card does, and everyone seems to be super excited for this card in Modern. You can't spend mana to cast this spell.
It's real. This is one of the hardest cards to evaluate in the world. It's 100% dependent on the shell that it's in. Can you get it to pay off is the question.
Yep. Who knows? No one knows. No one literally knows. Hey, you need to have at least 2 green or black creatures on the field, and then have 5 cards in your graveyard to even cast this card.
Or if you just have a bunch of creatures on the battlefield, you can just straight up convoke it out, but that's never happening.
I don't know. No one knows what to do with this thing at all. That's the honest truth.
Oh, Bitter Blossom plays well with this card. You get more bodies for it.
Sure, but then you have to wait like 7 turns to cast it.
Well, I mean, forget it. Anyway.
I know what you mean.
This is a weird card.
Ice Fang Coatl is also a weird card, because in the right build, it's actually better than Baleful Strix, but you can't do that on turn 2, like with Baleful Strix.
So what I'm debating, does this go into Ezuri and I just change all the basic lands to Snow Basic?
Yes.
Just for this card?
Yep.
Probably, yeah.
Actually, no. I don't think you change anything. I think you still run it.
Even
Why does this need Death Touch?
It doesn't need it, but the thing is, like, changing from basic lands to basic snow lands is like such a not change.
Okay, if you don't think it is, then do it.
Something.
Just recognize that you're only doing it to give this card an occasional text.
Yes.
That seems terrible.
I'm perfectly fine with it. I didn't pick very beautiful basic land art when I first made
That's
that deck,
fair. If you want to upgrade Ezuri, then that's fair. Kaya's Guile. This card has a crazy amount of text on it.
This everyone's trying to figure out where to squeeze this into black-white tokens in Modern. It's tricky because it does everything.
So this card, you can ignore half the text on this card. You can say, for 3 mana, do these top 2 things, and then for 6 mana, do all 4 of these things.
It's good. It's very good.
Lightning Skelemental.
Lightning Skelemental.
This card is hilarious.
This is Ball Lightning, but it also has the discard effect on it.
It's Bulb Lightning.
Bulb Lightning. There you go.
It's awesome. This card's hilarious. Hey, Reap the Past. That card's just cool. It's cool art, but no one's gonna play it. Maybe in Commander a little, but
yeah.
Other than that, not really.
Everyone's joking that Unsettled Mariner is the only Merfolk card printed in the set.
It's also the best human card printed in the set because it's talking about going into humans.
Yeah, that too.
Humans.
Humans.
Abominable Tree Folk. Hey,
Or
look.
Blue Greens now.
It's not that great. It's cool. It's
You
good
can
for
permanently
them.
tap out a creature when it enters, but
Hey, look, it's the card you're gonna put in your dad deck, your Daxos.
Etching of the Chosen. So this one is really cool because basically I will just use this to what's it called? You'll make your spirits bigger, but it's just kind of there as emergency to protect Daxos. The number of times he gets instantly blown up during the
Did you read how this card works?
Choose a creature of the type, get 1/1, sacrifice a creature of the chosen type, target creature gets indestructible. Yeah, use it just to protect Daxos.
Is he a spirit?
Sacrifice a creature of the chosen type. Target creature you control gains indestructible.
Oh,
you
you name spirits. You name spirits. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. My dumb.
Yeah. No. So it does 2 things. One, it protects your commander, but other than that, it makes your actual beaters bigger.
Yep.
So this is the Daxos card.
Uncommons. A lot of them are pretty cool. There's a sliver there that's not a bad sliver at all. Every sliver dealing a 1 damage lightning helix seems actually kind of cool.
Yeah, it is not bad.
Munitions expert. Who cares? It's a goblin. It's the
it
goblin
said
still
any
isn't
target
gonna
that'd be nicer.
Can't be a thing. The ninja's cool. The soul herder has more Seb art. That's
Jesus
really good.
Christ. Looks amazing.
Ruination sucks. Thundering is trash, and Nature's Chant is a Selesnya naturalized, which is fine. Oh my god, we still have to talk about these. Swords, Friedman, Judgment.
Hold on, I can barely hear you.
Is it back? I think it's back.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I thought I heard a buzz. I just blew through the uncommons.
Yeah, no, I heard you too. I was talking about Nature's Chant, but
oh yeah,
we're
it's
done
just Selesnya naturalize.
And let's just talk about the colorless.
Swords,
and then the land
baby,
cycle
swords.
So they started the ally cycle. Who knows how long until they finish it?
I suspect a year and a half tops. I think by the end of 2020 we'll have all of them. I think it's impossible not to.
Now that they have it going, I'd say they've got to finish it.
Yep.
But at least thanks to this set, there's now 2 cycles that are just very unusual. The sword cycle has 7 members, and the Horizon Canopy lands now have 6. So that's where we're at.
I mean, in their defense, they can't just print all 10, 5 and 9 of those cards into this.
Yeah, no,
That's
they
too
can't.
much.
Plus, based on their own rules, they couldn't print Horizon Canopy because of what they said about the set.
Plus, these swords are middle of the pack.
Yeah, they're not super amazing.
You know what I think these swords do more than anything? I think they show off how people always overestimated how good the original swords were. I think people have long overestimated how good the swords are. Because of 2 things. Because red and blue has good color protection and says draw a card on it, and because black-green says untap all your lands. Because if you think about it,
those 2 are the only ones that really matter for anything. The others aren't that good.
I think people forget that these cards are good not because of their flavor, because of their secondary text, but because they say +2/+2 and protection from 2 colors.
Yeah, that's kind of the good part of it.
And so in that light, I think these are fine. Sword of Truth and Justice has really cool art. I like it a lot. It's my jam. It's not super great, but proliferate is a really strong word in certain decks. And honestly, Sinew and Steel blowing up artifacts and planeswalkers, that's not terrible. That usually means you hit an artifact.
I mean, I saw the red and black one. Red and black is one of the
best colors in Modern.
It has some of the best colors to try and remove your shit with.
Yep.
You can't get bolted. You can't get
pushed.
Any black removal. But yeah, no, the secondary effect is good. Like there are very, especially if you want to evaluate this from Commander, there are very few games where I don't have an artifact on mind blowing up.
Yep.
Even if it's just someone's Soul Ring, there's
Yep.
usually something to use it on.
Mox Tantalite, sadly worst Mox now.
Yeah.
Amber's better now. Amber's no
Yeah,
longer
no,
worst, which is hilarious.
Yeah, I don't know why you'd use this.
So Morophon, one of my commander buddies still claims that he doesn't like this very much, and I say he's crazy. I think this is the greatest answer Wizards could ever give to, hey, my tribe doesn't have a commander yet. Well, in the meantime, run Morophon.
So I'm going to give an example for this. When we went to the convention last week, I brought along this USB cable. It has 3 different ends to it. You can charge any type of phone because of that, but the cable itself isn't very fast at charging. It works for everyone, but it's not the best at doing any one of them, and that's what Morophon is. He may not be the best sliver commander, but he's a sliver commander. And
he's honestly got a really good stuff too.
Yeah, he's not a bad card. Like you may have a more specialized commander for a given tribe that works better, and that's great. That's perfectly fine. Morophon is for the tribes that either don't have that, or the players who just don't want to play that particular strategy.
Yeah, or want to change the colors.
I think he's great. I'm just upset that he's mythic because it means he's going to be expensive.
Yeah, I don't think you could print this card as anything else, though.
You don't think it could be a rare?
With the middle text of 5 of one of every color less?
Maybe not. You're right.
I think it could be a rare at 2 less mana and take away that line of text. Then I think it's fine. But if you want that, it has to be mythic. You can't run a non-mythic that says that text.
Yeah, you're right.
If it wasn't a creature, maybe. But again, then we're getting into Fist of Suns, but that card is nothing.
I just wish he was mythic, because this is not the easiest card to reprint. Like,
nope. You're never going to reprint this. Never.
So this is, get yours now while the price is only $20.
But that's not a special thing to worry about. Like swords, when are they going to reprint these swords again? Never.
Never,
ever.
The thing is, the swords could be printed in literally anything. Like
hell, Freeman, first Sliver's never going to get reprinted.
That's the thing about slivers; they never get reprinted.
So
slivers
they're always
never
expensive.
been reprinted ever. Get them while they're hot.
Scrapyard Recombiner. This card's awesome. Gonna see play for sure. I think.
Yeah,
I think because
really
it sees everything except fucking Arcbound Ravager because Wizards screwed up and ended up saving themselves in the long run.
Yeah, it's probably for the best, otherwise we'd see some banning.
Also, Finish Cycle Talisman. Awesome. Finish this cycle. I don't know if I'll run any of these, but that's a great cycle to finish. Now we have all 10 color pairs of talismans, which is great. All these equipments are terrible because
most is pretty bad.
Arcum's Astrolabe is actually pretty cool.
It's not bad. People are evaluating whether it would go into Scred. The general consensus is no, even though it cantrips immediately when it comes in.
Also,
it doesn't put you up on mana.
I mean, the funny thing is because Prophetic Prism saw play in Standard when Kaladesh was a thing. This is a better Prophetic Prism if you're running Snow.
Yeah.
This actually is an amazing card in a Snow deck where you care about multiple colors. That's actually amazing because any one-drop Snow basic turns into this, and then you can turn it into whatever color you need.
Yeah, because that's like the one downside of Snow is that the only Snow duels are straight up tap lands.
Yep.
So if you're going Snow, you're kind of stuck in a mana situation. This definitely helps with fixing in Snow.
And then the last things we have are the lands. We have the enemy color Horizon Canopies, which are instantly modern staples.
Super duper good.
Horizon Canopy is what I say. Like MTG Goldfish said, it's like the 5th highest played card in all of Modern, or like the 3rd most played land or something. After,
if it wasn't so expensive, I guarantee there'd be more people.
Yeah, so these are going to go crazy.
Different versions.
I think every one of these sees play in some form or another, and every person who doesn't play these should sell them because other people need them.
For real though, these are definitely what's gonna. How do I put it? So there was some concerns going to Modern Horizon that there weren't enough cards to drive sales of the boxes. These lands alone are going to drive sales of the boxes.
Fetch lands. Yeah. Also, speaking of lands that push prices, oh boy, Hall of Heliod's Generosity.
Why is this already $8? Like, I want this card for Daxos, but like, who the fuck is actually playing this? Put target enchantment.
I don't think you understand how much Enchantress is popular in Commander. How much are foils?
Apparently, I don't realize. I don't know. I just saw on TCG Player it was already selling for $8.
How much are foils going for already?
I don't know.
I want to
Let's
see.
this.
Hall of Heliod's.
Heliod's
Oops.
generosity. He's so evil in this artwork. All right.
$40.
Get the fuck out of here. Fuck Magic. It's such a stupid game.
$40.
All right, let's get through the last 3 cards.
And there's
here.
multiple for sale too. It's not even like it's one. There's
these losers
over
are
10
open
of them for
boxes are
sale. $40 already. Oh, they know Commander players are gonna go crazy for this card. And then Prismatic Vista. Actually, I need to know how much that is in foil because I need one of those for Kess.
So yeah, it's really good. I'm glad they finally printed the fetch for basic untapped.
Like I said, I'm gonna replace an island and cut.
What?
This is pre-selling foils 101.30.
They're selling it for 101.30 cents. Wow,
Yes.
that's a steal. You should buy a ton, Tim. What the fuck is wrong with Magic? $100 for
Prismatic Vista is $100.
I mean, you need to evaluate it as a foil fetch land, but even then, it's a bad foil fetch land.
$100.
That's that it does go. That's that it's one land that goes into every color combination. So that's what's driving the demand. Give it a month.
You know what? I can't say I'm surprised because if a narrow ass card like Hall of Heliod Generosity is gonna be $40, Prismatic Vista that plays in every deck that's ever existed is gonna be $100. That's just crazy though. You say see in a month? I could see this going up from there. Unlike regular fetch lands that only get 2 colors, even though they turn into 4, they don't get all 5 colors like this does.
Is this the card that you're willing to spend more than $100 on in foil though?
I mean, I've already done that with Kess.
You just have a basic island and you'd
Freeman,
be up $100.
I turned in $99. I turned in 99 cards. Actually, if you think about it that way, it's less than twice as expensive as another foil unstable island. So I'm actually taking away an unstable foil island to get this as a strict
So you're gonna
upgrade.
sell that island though?
No. I'm saying not all my islands are foils yet.
Oh, but you were planning on making
They're
them.
gonna be. I already have 2.
Oh, it's fine. It's like the card only costs $60 then.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. It's easy money.
Oh my god.
Frostwalk Bastion, I actually like a lot. That's a cool little card. And Cave of Temptation. Hey, it's a great little. It's a better one of those lands that convert mana. We're
Got
done.
a little bit of upsides. You're probably never gonna use it then.
We did it. Just under an hour and a half. We did it.
But that was our entire Commander Masters 2019 review.
Shut up. We still have Commander coming later this year.
I know, that's the best part.
Dude, I'm at the point where I'm like, maybe I should just take apart every Commander deck I own and start from the ground up. Do you ever get that temptation?
Rebuilding or
Rebuild.
I mean, there are some decks where like there's one in particular. My Aloro deck. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking when I built that.
Well,
and
no, I don't
wanna
mean
start
they're
over,
bad. I just mean like spice of life, you know?
So
Let's just
part
change
of what I've been doing is up until now I hadn't had all my decks cataloged. Now that I'm starting to catalog them, it's helping me see like what do I actually not want in this deck anymore.
Yeah. That's where I'm at. I mean, I've also had mine digitally available. Like, hey, on deck stats, like is on screen right now. Like, hey, here's all my Commander decks, as well as the in progress stuff I was starting to design. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, my main page is still only my 7 actual Commander decks right now. Man, my cast has seen 345 views on deck stats. That's kind of cool.
Nice.
But, yeah, wow. Wowie zowie. Oh, wow. People showed up in Commander. People showed up in the chat. Shit, I'm sorry, everybody.
Oh, shit.
I minimized chat because Hectic Angel posted 3 things about an unrelated topic at the beginning, and I'm very sorry that I missed chat. That's okay. Could always bounce the enchantment. Hey, Kid Creator. I'm sorry if we missed you. Anyway. I don't know. It's so tough because I've been trying to think of what I can do differently. Like, I'm kind of tempted to take apart Lycia and put the really good equipments into SRAM and, like, make SRAM crazy good. But then SRAM also slows down because he also runs all the cheap equipments already.
Yeah.
It's just like, ugh. But, like...
some decks I don't want to change a lot about, and that makes it hard. There's so many things I want to do with it, but it's like I don't want to get rid of the core of the deck. which we'll refer to as the Kess problem.
Yeah. Well, also, like, Selvala. She's my deck that's supposed to be 5-turn games. But, like, that's all she does. She just plays real fast. But it's fun sometimes to just feel like the game's over. We can all go home now.
Yep.
I'm going home now. Kess has that problem. But, like, my Samut deck, I love this Samut deck. Should I cut, like, a bunch of the cards? Like, should I take a bunch of enchantments out of this deck and put them over in the new deck? If I did design that enchantment deck? I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing, though. If you have a lot of decks with a lot of overlap, sometimes you want to make it a little bit different.
That's the thing. So I stand by the rule that I have no more, I think, than 5 cards that non-land cards that overlap between decks. That is my absolute goal in Commander, to never overlap by more than 5 non-land cards.
Yeah, I live a little too hard in Staple City, where a lot of my decks just have the same kind of core to it. And
I make sure to not do that. Like, my closest overlap is probably... Holy shit, what? I just realized I only run... Wow, I just realized my mana distribution is 90-10 in my zombie deck, black to blue. Wow, I didn't realize it was that skewed. Holy shit. Anyway, like, my zombies and Teysa deck are about as close as they can get, because they both run, like, sacrifice stuff. Well, Hectic, I'm sorry. I didn't want you to throw you under the bus, but, like, I'm not. We'll talk about E3 stuff in the podcast in a few days.
Yeah, by Tuesday night, some of the initial stuff should have come out. We'll be able to
also,
talk about it. There's a lot of leaks so far.
He was asking about Jedi Fallen Order.
What I was actually looking forward to and I'm already disappointed about is they already showed us the Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer that they're going to put out for the new DLC, and it's bullshit. I fucking hated every second of that trailer, and I want to die. That's my thought about E3 for this week.
Damn.
I don't even expect Tyler to look at the trailer, because there's no point in it.
There's no point in it. Jeez. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I love a lot of my decks. I wish there was an easy way to cut it down to, like, 6 decks. Like, maybe 7's too many. But then you play the decks too much, and then you want to change your deck.
I mean, I have the problem that I just constantly want to build new decks. Like, I could never stop and
see. I have that attitude at times, and then I'm like, but then I slow down, and I'm like, but is this deck actually going to be that different? Is this
I didn't play Sisay once the entire time we met up last week, because I was like, I don't want to play that strategy right now. I want to go do something else.
I mean, that strategy's boring. It's just tutor.
I'm aware of it now.
That's why I have
concerned about what I sunk into buying Sisay.
So I have actually been loving playing Samut for that exact reason. Dude, last night I fucking it was the greatest. Turn 5 Brisella. Remember the
turn 5?
Yeah. I turn 3 cast the Parlay Selvala. And turn 4, I got down Samut at the end of turn. And turn 5, I parlayed into 5 mana. And I was at 9 mana, and I needed to hit 2 more. Or no, I was at 10, but I could use Samut to untap the Selvala. But if I missed and only hit, we were playing a 5-player game. If I only hit 1 land or 1 non-land, I fizzled, and I went for it, and I hit all 4. I hit 4 out of 5, so I had 13 mana, and I cast Bruna into Gisela into Rest in Peace, flipped into Brisella, and won the game 4 turns later.
Jesus.
We were also playing Star, so it was a little easier. But it was great. I even got betrayed by one of my teammates because you know how we haven't played a lot of Star. Do you remember how Star works?
It's like you
fight the 2 across.
Left and right are your allies, but across are your enemies.
So we played that. But the funny thing we realized is that there's different politics in Star, because as soon as one person's dead, then multiple people are fighting to either win or tie or like throw other people under the bus. So basically, I killed one of my opponents, and the other guy who had him as his opponent didn't want me to kill my other opponent too fast. So I went to go kill my second opponent, and the guy saved him, but he ended up just bouncing stuff back to my hand. And then I just recast a bunch of hasty stuff because I floated a bunch of mana with the Parlay Selvala, flashed back in Samut after the bounce, played another flyer, swung and killed him.
Jeez.
It was great. It was so great. That deck is so fun because I can do things like Primal Surge or Bracella. Like, those are so cool.
These are all disgusting things. These are gross. I don't want to...
Well, I told you, the weekend before the convention, I fucking Primal Surged into 25 cards.
Yeah, you were telling us.
It was so... I love Samut. It's just such a fun blast 'em deck. And that's fun. Like, that's the thing about, like, the Enchantress deck. Like, I play all these cheap enchantments, Tuvasa gets huge, I draw a bunch of cards, or I play Giant Hydras and punch people. These are all cool things. I'm just tired of living in combo world.
Yeah.
I want aggro to feel like it can win. That's what I'm saying, you know?
That's why I gotta go back to Aloro, that little incremental value on the life gain triggers when he's out. That's what I live for.
No, it takes so long.
I was hoping to teach Val a valuable lesson the last time I played that deck, where it was just like, look what happens when you actually cast Aloro and try and like take advantage of little life triggers, not gaining 20 life at once. Yeah, and I actually won that game, so I haven't played it since it won. Which is my cue for, all right, cool, now you can change the strategy.
Now you can change it up.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's why part of me likes SRAM a lot, because SRAM either falls apart and then I can scoop, or he punches the crap out of people. But he also has like his own clever stuff.
I went with SRAM just because I always wanted a Voltron deck, but like the problem with all Voltron decks, they either fall apart or they just immediately win.
I mean, that's why SRAM is so good.
I wanted to build one that wasn't actually financially expensive to build, just so I can have fun with that style without like blowing money on like.
Hey, SRAM!
Like, Rafika the Many, only to have him just shut out of the game.
That's the danger of Lycia. Like, Lycia is so much mana if I don't have life gain stuff going on.
Yeah, I mean, she has it, though, so she's not, like, completely locked out of the game after the third time I kill her, but still.
Yeah, her idea is that she actually has cost reduction built in, so that's why she's so cool. But, like, if you don't hit the right cards, Lycia just feels so flat, it's crazy.
Yeah.
That's my one disappointing thing. And she also has so many lands at the end of the battlefield tapped. It's so much. But, like, she's just tons of artifacts and then ramp and then also life gain and also stuff. And I just feel like I never draw this, like, interesting card. I feel like I'm always digging for card draw on Lycia.
Yeah.
And she also has lots of removal. And I don't know. Maybe someday she'll come apart. Like, she just has so many value cards that don't really play into the theme super hard.
Might want to cut some of them then. Even though they're hard to cut.
So good. Like I put in where is it? Twilight Prophet, that vampire from Ixalan.
I love that card.
But like it sort of fits in because of the life gain, but also it's just another like I have so many cards. I've had games where I have 3 different upkeep, exile a card, and you get it somehow triggers.
Yeah.
Like this deck just runs so many of them. Anyway, we're kind of rambling.
Yeah, I gotta wrap it in like a minute.
Okie dokie. All right, well, thank you for those who sat through this. We always love doing this set review. And in a short month, we have a core set coming out.
We're probably not doing one of these for Core 2020. There's never anything good in those sets. As I say, is fucking the Nico Bolas that we did an entire Command Me episode out of was in that set, though.
Yeah, you never actually built that fucking deck.
No, because I don't have enough people to play Commander with around here to justify.
Yeah, I know. This is the issue. So me and Friedman hop on here. We talk about Commander. Oh, wow. Mythic Spoiler has their 2020 core set page open, but there's no cards on it. Me and Friedman get on here, talk about Commander shit. Friedman and Luigi are like, hey, Commander's great. And then they do stuff for about the week around when we play Commander. And then it's immediately like, wait a minute. We don't have anyone to play Commander with.
For real. Struggle.
But hey, Luigi's playing Arena now, so you guys can play Arena together.
Fuck Standard.
Standard against each other.
I say as I play Standard every day in my fuck.
It's okay. I just started replaying Pokemon instead of playing. If Arena was available on phones, I would probably play Arena, but that also sounds bad.
Yeah,
Dude,
I don't see how it's gonna work on mobile.
Dude, Core 2019 has had 5 sets that came out since then. 5 in the last year. That's crazy.
Ultimate Masters? Yeah, I was just saying
Dude,
that's.
remember how many?
I was saying that's a
cards were in
normal
this
number.
set?
There's always 3 sets in standard, and then now we have the bonus one.
Dude, what are you talking about with 2019? 2019 had so many good cards for us to talk about in it.
Fine,
Oh
I
God.
guess we'll do a Core 2020 episode.
Look, we don't have to. We'll judge.
Look,
is the real thing.
we're just not going to talk about anything lower than rare because
That worked
they're going to
great.
be terrible.
I mean, we flicked through and okay. Now I want to find an uncommon to tell you you're wrong.
God damn it! All right,
I have to.
let's wrap this.
Oh, Stitcher Supplier found it. Boom, got him. Stitcher Supplier.
Fine. We'll do a full 2020 review. You losers get to sit through me evaluating divination in Commander again for the 6th time.
Look, we don't have to talk about everyone, but there's some. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. This has been our Modern Horizons Command Me. We'll be back. Maybe we'll actually do a Command Me where we play against each other on Cockatrice, or actually build decks or something, or deck building or something, instead of just these set reviews.
Oh yeah, we can do a Command Me for the Wizard deck I was thinking about.
Oh yeah. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. My name's Timpedia.
I'm Friedman.
And we'll catch you guys later.
See ya.